Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Gaming Gryphon. This is our Blockception FTB playthrough, and if you see that little turtle right there, I don't know if you can see him, but he's been hard at work. Yeah, and actually this area has probably changed a great deal since last you saw it. I've been working down here pretty hard. That whole area, that's a 40 by 40 chunk, and there's been some work over here. For some reason, this area over here was just giving me unreal amounts of trouble, so I haven't finished down there. I'll tackle it again when I feel like it. I've blocked it off for now, but that's just a little safety. Yeah, I decided this area needed an upgrade because it was just getting silly. There was chests everywhere, there was no real organization, it was just silliness. So you may notice these lovely things. These are definitely a new addition. These are barrels. Well, I'll be making some more. They are very cheap, very easy. The thing with these is they only hold one type of thing, but holy crap, do they hold a lot of it, because that is 64 stacks of 64. So yeah, this is just ludicrous amounts of cobblestone right here. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it yet. The nickelite and the redstone, well, here, I'll show you. Here is what we have so far. I've been organizing it. There's a lot of aluminum, and it's not useful for a lot of things. There's one thing I have in mind for all that aluminum, but I've started really organizing. As you can see, I mean, I've got a whole lot of this stuff. I've been having trouble. Every time I put a fire shard in here, it disappears. I think I've lost like 3 fire shards that way. I haven't been getting a ton of them anyway, but something's kind of hinky with them. I haven't figured out what yet. I have nice amounts of these quartz crystals. I'm still working on all of my minerals. You know, decent amount of those. This is just kind of some random. I threw my fire shards in here just to see if that helped. But this is some good stuff too. And then, of course, of all things, rubies have been kind of stingy. I've been getting some diamond. I'm sure I'm never going to get that much uranium, but I like to dream. So, well, actually, why don't I, before we go, jetpack's on and fueled. Oh, cool. Okay, you can see this is my basic process of I go down, collect what the little turtle has dropped off for me. I select whatever barrel it's been going into. And if you want to get things out, you just hit it once and it gives you a full stack. It's a very nice. I'm sorry I didn't start putting barrels out, you know, to collect this stuff earlier, because this cobblestone was just, the sheer amount of it was just getting unmanageable for how I was working things. Some more sapphires. Throw these shinies in here. Aluminum is over here. And there's 2 types of aluminum, which makes it a little tricky. One of them doesn't have a whole lot of usefulness. The other is, I think it's used in a couple of things, but it's kind of tricky. But anyway, I guess what I was trying to get at was my mining operations have been going reasonably well. I have found out something about turtles that I will spread the word. They are not very, like, we've had the server have to get reset a couple of times. You have to go manually retrieve your turtle when that happens, and that's not always real fun times, let's be honest, because you'll see there's creepers. I threw some water down here just to drown a couple of things, but yeah, I mean, you get lava going, it turns into a bit of an ordeal trying to retrieve a turtle from the horrible, horrible depths of the earth here. Now, there is one thing I do want to do, because if I recall, I think it's in here. We have 1 ender pearl. The turtle retrieved it. I didn't ask him where he got it. But, block. Or no, it's not a block. It's a chunk. Yeah. We are going to make a chunk loader. What a chunk loader does is it will keep this chunk loaded even if I'm not here. So, we need to make an enchantment table. Alright, so we need to hit the surface. That's gonna be, there's several things I want to accomplish, but we'll start by building a chunk loader. And I'm gonna set it up down here, I think. So, Oh, that's another thing. I've been actually grinding a lot. I've been playing with my macerator. Not a lot of copper, tons of, you know what, it's enough copper to keep me out of trouble. I've been also working in my little garden over here. And I've gotten, you know, a few shiny things. It's enough to hopefully get me started. Oh, I know what I haven't showed you guys. Behold. I'll give you the aerial view. If you recall from last time, I set up these 4 trees, and as you may recall also, these silverwood trees and these great trees, part of the thaumaturgy mod, they do not respond to bone meal, so you have to let them grow naturally. I actually, only this left one right here, it came out kind of, well, actually, I can even give you, it came out as one of these little stunted ones, so I only had to replant one of them. The rest of them grew very nicely, and what we're going to spend the bulk of this episode working on is actually, I've been doing some grinding, and I brought this over here. I will explain all of this, but yeah, I've been doing some serious business grinding off screen. I didn't want to bore you folks with the details. But that's part 2. For now, I really want to get a chunk loader made, and I wanted to do this on camera with you guys so that you could actually see what it is, how you make it, how it gets set up. It's a very, very handy tool. You don't want to use too many of them, otherwise the server can just start crying because you're keeping so many chunks loaded at a time. Now, I do not have a diamond pickaxe. Yeah, you may notice, since I have all that storage down there, this is starting to look, you know, I took out a couple of things. It's almost starting to look like a habitable area. Isn't it amazing? So we will go back down to the depths. And we will grab a few of these diamonds out. 1, 2, 3. Because I need a diamond pickaxe. 1, 2. Alrighty. There's a diamond pickaxe. Now what it needs an enchantment table, which needs obsidian, diamond, and a book. Oh, I don't think I have any leather. I'm gonna have to go murder a couple of cows too, aren't I? But I figure since my portal is pretty much useless, I'm gonna break it down for its base obsidian. There's kind of no reason not to. And besides, when people come to visit, they do terrible things to my area, so I don't think I'm gonna be welcoming visitors anytime soon. And I have a bunch of these great wood trees. They grow very, very slowly. Like these have been sitting forever, and still only 2 of them have grown. So I tend to leave a few of them in case, because the leaves for great wood are actually unique. Yeah, how much of a pain is that, right? So that's why, if you noticed in that chest, I had a whole bunch of the leaves, for example. Oh, I remember why I don't have a diamond pickaxe. I did this I built it by form, not by actual blocks. That's why I didn't have a diamond pickaxe to my name. That makes sense. I'd actually managed to forget that. I'm sure you folks had. It can be tedious to watch that getting put together. I think I need 4 for an enchantment table. Is it 3 or 4? 4. Okay, 1 more. And I'll clean the rest of this up later. I just want to claim what I need. Oh, and I realized I forgot to show you guys a couple of things in the basement, but we'll show those in a minute. For now, I need to go murder a couple of cows. I'm hoping I find some fairly quickly here. Yeah, I still got enough. Okay. Here, cow, 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 cow. I just need a little leather. Come on. Show me some love, please. Yeah, that's the problem when you don't have farms set up. You have to go hunting for things, and I mean, you would think, I mean, there's tons of sheep, but there is not much in the way of cows, is there? That's mildly irritating. Lots of sheep. Lots and lots of sheep. Don't need sheep. Need cows. Come on, cows. Alright, folks, tell you what. When I find a cow, I will be right back. Alright, we're back, and we have not been successful, but I wanted to show you. It's been a rough trip. So, I forgot, this is a charge station, and this is just a cheap generator. I just put this down here to basically be able to really easily recharge, and this creates power. I will put my, my little turtle in front of here, and this will actually charge the turtle. I can, like, put it if, oh, here. If this pumpkin is a turtle, I put it here and it charges. So about the only thing I got from that little endeavor was a lot of pain and 2 pumpkins. So at least I got some pumpkins. I found a little bit of copper, but yeah, that's about it. It was not my most successful trip. So beyond the plains, yeah, into the forest, apparently cows have gone extinct. Who knew? So I'm gonna go get some food while that charges, but I just wanted to show you folks I'm gonna go in another direction and hopefully I'll have better luck. But I thought I'd explain the charging station and the little generator down there. For now, we'll be right back. And we're back. Well, we haven't really succeeded, but I found something interesting. I knew I was close to some people, but I didn't realize I was quite this close, although I'm not sure exactly who this is. And I feel bad, because I probably should, but I'm not entirely sure. But, they've been, yeah, it looks like they've had some quarries running, and good times. But, over here, I could go through the portal, but I don't feel like it, because the portal might be screwed up. But, after traveling all of this way, I finally located 2 lousy cows. One of you will give me leather. Do you hear that, cow? 2 leather. That'll do. You know what? Just for the sake of... No. You can live. I might have to come get you later. Otherwise, I would murder the crap out of that cow, so... But, it works. Wow, I almost wish I had some stuff to gather bees, because that's 2 different desert hives. So, fortunately, I'm pretty sure I can make it back with my jetpack. I actually made a couple of boats just because I was figuring I was gonna be, but yeah, if I'm careful, I can make it back with my jetpack, I think. So we're fairly close. So you guys could follow me and enjoy the majestic. I like these trees. Now I will tell you one of the reasons I really love these trees. They are ridiculously easy to harvest when you've got a jetpack. You just fly to the top, axe your way down to the bottom, and off you go. And it's this kind is actually the wood I'm planning on using for a lot of stuff, I think it is. Ridiculous amount of saplings is what it gives you. Just crazy sauce kind of saplings. So, we're coming in. Nice thing is we probably won't die. Oh, there's bangers. I will say hello when I'm not, bobbing through the air with the greatest of ease. But here's our little shack of shame, really. Let's be honest. Seaside shack o' shame. I was pretty sure I had enough jetpack to get me back here. It's not absolutely the fastest, but it works, Sometimes you take what you can get. We will say hello. Recording, just a heads up. So, we have leather. Frickin' finally. So, what we go do is we grab this. And we scamper back inside. And we need paper. 1 leather. And that gets us a book. Finally, we get a book. Okay. So, I don't have that on me. I did not lose my pick, by the way. I just put it... Well, I'm gonna need that anyway. I put it in here since I knew I was gonna be adventuring to exotic lands. I figured it would not be. And all of this to make 1 lousy chunk loader. I swear. Crazy. Alright, but we're almost there. The search... The tour of the grinding progress and the search for leather aside... Alrighty, so I grab 2 diamonds from here, I believe it is. Yep, okay, I should be able to make that now. And I have never actually made a chunk loader, so how it functions exactly is not something I'm actually aware of. But there's an enchanting table. I'm gonna have to make another one of those just for actual enchanting, but... So now we need the ender and the gold. I don't think I have any smelted... I have gold dust upstairs, though. That is the one irritation about having all of my storage down here, is I have to go up these stairs on a regular basis. And they're not very nice-looking stairs, let's be perfectly honest. But all of my macerated stuff, and I do have some gold dust, which means I can throw that in. I need 5 of these. That should not take very long. I'm gonna grab the ender out. Well, no, you know what? I'm just gonna grab the gold because the chunk loader's going down here, at least my first. And I do wonder, how much of an area does a chunk loader actually load? I mean, because a chunk is fairly large, but I have a feeling I'm spread out over a couple of chunks. Does that mean I need a couple of chunk loaders, or are they adjustable? That's kind of going to be an interesting question, isn't it? I guess we'll find out in just a second once I... Well, want me to sleep? I can do that while this smelts if he... Some of the folks on the server are running off of solar power. So it's very considerate to try and, you know, go to sleep so that their solar power doesn't crap out on them. I'll just leave that smelting. It's gonna have to smelt anyway. I'm sure I'll need gold for something. But I'm not using solar power at the moment, but I know a lot of people have very large solar panel arrays, and that's kind of where they get most of their power, so... I try to sleep if I can remember. So, now what we go do is we grab our one solitary single little ender eyeball that I still don't ask. You know, I don't ask the turtle where he got it. He showed up with it one day and I was like, okay. He shows up with a lot of things that you kind of wonder where he got it from. And a chunk loader has been made. Booyah! I'm actually gonna put it in my little safety shack of doom. That's kind of what this thing was made for. So, we now have a chunk loader. Ooh. Oh, snap! So you could set show lasers. So I guess that shows, like... Oh, yeah, it shows exactly... Oh, snap! Alright. Alright, that's pretty cool, actually. I'm thinking I'm gonna need it to load a little bit more. Alright, so if it does 3... Did that increase? Yeah, it did. Okay, okay. I think I need it to run 1 more chunk, and that'll be good enough. I don't want this thing to go nuts. Yes. That's enough to keep my turtle up and running. Oh, that's pretty awesome. So now, no matter what, these chunks should be loaded. That's pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna hide lasers. Square? Circle. Line. Oh, that's kind of cool. I guess you could tell it. Cool. Show lasers. 49 chunks? That might be a little bit much. Well, I don't know. Huh. Now that is very, very interesting. So I guess you could set it to tell just exactly how many chunks you want it to load. And what kind of shape you want them in. Oh, that's really, really cool. Okay. Alright. You know what? That'll do for now. That'll do for now. Hopefully this won't lag the server too much. If it does, I will tinker with it. And I will look at exactly how you're supposed to set these up so they don't impact the server. That's always the question. But that should at least keep my mining operation, you know, actually functional. I don't feel... I'm not going to make you folks watch as I go digging through trying to find my turtle. I'll do that on my own time. He's done enough for now. He deserves a little break. So, that was one of the major things I wanted to get done this episode, was to actually get the chunk loader set up and tinker with it a little bit and try and figure out, you know, what it's all about. The other thing that I really want to do, and I don't know how much of it we're going to get done exactly, I tried to have a whole bunch of the grinding part done so that you guys didn't have to sit through the exceptionally painful pieces, is I would like to start getting this project underway, at least. Because this is going to turn into something very, very major. If it works well. I have no idea. This thing could be awesome. It could suck and I could tear it down. I don't know. The hope is this is actually going to turn into a giant tree. And this is going to be where all of my farms are kind of placed. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I especially don't know because this is going to drive me mad. And I definitely need a axe of some variety. Of course I don't. Alright. Come on. Honestly, I need an iron one, but I'll deal with a wooden one for now. Hopefully I can not suck on my placements too badly. But I had forgotten, yeah, since they're sideway logs, this is actually going to be a little bit of a trick. Whew, a little bit of lag there, too. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. No, why you do this to me? If you can't catch on to what I'm trying to do, I'm going to make it so that it's actually walls in between all of these. So that it looks like it's kind of one solid tree. And I think I'm going to be able to do that. Wow, that looks nicer than I thought it would. So you know what? I will do that on my own time again. That's going to be some tedious construction, especially trying to get all the logs put together in the right way. So once I've got everything joined up, I will bring you folks back in to survey the results. So be right back. And we're back. I have done some basic work filling it in. I think I can make this work. It's going to be a little bit of a trick just getting everything really looking nice, but I think I still like the main concept. Yeah, it'll work. It's just going to take some effort, there is nothing wrong with that. That's actually a good thing. Now, the question is, exactly how do I want to fill in? Because I could just keep going straight up, but I'm not sure that's what I want to do exactly. I don't know how solid of a trunk I want this to actually be. Or how chaotic I want it to be. That's going to be the real trick. I might try something a little different. Because if I do this... Who thought it was gonna fall? Okay. I might be able to... That's gonna be the trick. I wonder if I can get that to grow. Alright. Well, why don't we set that up? Let's see if we can get it to kind of naturally... It might give us a little bit more organic of a feel, is the vague hope I've got going here. No, you bastard. Get out of here. Alright, so... And you'll note I'm not even making sure I'm dead center. Like I said, I'm hoping it kind of gives it a slightly more organic feel. I think I'm gonna go out here, actually. There we go. And I just might put one of these on each side. Oh yeah, I have another little lava pool. You may have noticed the macerator devoured that whole lava pool. I filled it in. Not a huge loss. It was definitely worth the effort because it doubles my resources, which is awesome. But, we'll throw that there. And one more. And these take forever to grow. That's why I'm actually just getting them started now. 2, 3, 4. And away we go. Okay. Cool. I don't know if these will grow. I don't know exactly how long it will take, but I'm willing to give it a good shot. So, we have those in there. Now the question is, what do we do in the meantime while we're hoping these grow? Well, alright, we've got a couple of options. My first thought is we should take a look in here. Because I have a couple of options. My first thought, before I saw how large this area in here actually is, I thought I was going to put a very large treehouse sort of structure on the top of these 4 trees, which I may still do. I'm not ruling that out. I may have just a very large treehouse right on top of here. And it'll turn into a little bit of a workshop for the farm area. I could have my workshop down in the trees here. I'm not sure exactly which one I want to do, because, okay, I could have this area in the tree itself be storage, and have my workshop up here. That might serve me better, actually, now that I think on it. So this, yeah, actually, I kind of like that idea. So, and I am using fir wood planks as my wood of choice because, I don't know if you know this or not, you cannot actually make planks, yeah. Hang on. I will go sleep so that folks can keep their power going. You cannot make, like, silver wood or great wood into, logs. So I had to pick a wood that would actually work and complement it, which I like fir. I think it's going to be my wood of choice. Oh my. Gotta get into bed here. Hang on. There we go. Monsters and recording. Hang one. Oh, who's near me? Oh, you are. Die. There we go. Okay. There we go. In now. Sorry? There we go. Like I said, I try to be considerate. Alrighty, come on folks, hop in bed. Things to do. There we go. Alrighty. How much juice do I have left? I've got plenty of juice on my jetpack, okay. So, we will go back here. Oh, just, it's policy. Okay, there's an ignore them policy. Alrighty. I still try to be considerate. Nothing wrong with trying to help folks out. Because heaven knows I'm going to need help along the line somewhere too. So, I will scamper right along here. And we will see if we can make ourselves a shiny little tree workhouse. Because I think that's my best bet, is having down there be storage and having up here be a actual workspace. That's probably one of my better options if I had to say. So we will make the outline here. And the nice thing is if I can get this in before those trees grow, which is likely considering how long they take, I might actually get it to look very organic just because they'll grow around the treehouse. That's kind of why I'm working on getting this frame in as fast as possible. And of course I run out of the fir. But fir, if you remember it when I was over there, I was saying how they're very easy to harvest and they give a ludicrous amount of saplings. That's kind of why these were grabbed, because you can go here, and behold, I now have a whole crapload of fir wood planks, and I don't want to use the logs. The logs, mixing those up would look weird, but this, mixing planks in that, because great wood does not have any sort of planks, it's not a big deal. If you know, kind of decide to mix and match, because it's not like you're not going to be... You can't match planks. You just have to kind of decide what looks good with the great wood. And there are so many different woods in FTB, like different options. Oh dear. He blew up, apparently, so that's unfortunate. I think I matched the length, but that's always kind of the last one can be a little bit tricky, but I think I've got that going. And the hope is that a lot of what you do with the farms, like the auto farms, which is what I'm hoping to do, is forestry. So you just and there's a lot of benches and special things, and screw you. Nobody asked you. Alright. So you just kind of, having a work area specifically for those types of machines and power and all of those shininess is actually kind of important. So having a workshop up in the trees is actually a pretty good idea. Not to mention that the closest I have to a workshop is that little shack of doom. So while this probably won't be my machine shop, it can be my workshop, and I might throw a few things up in here that might get moved later as I keep building my new areas. In the end, this is probably going to turn into a bit of a compound. It's just have to start somewhere. And the nice thing is, because my mining has been reasonably successful, I should have decent luck making things of various natures that, you know, my very rudimentary setup would probably not indicate I would be capable of. But because I've had my turtle running pretty much as humanly possible for me, he's been getting me some shiny things. And yes, there are quarries, and they are probably more effective, but I like the finer amount of control and how the turtle is a lot cheaper. That, I know that seems terrible, but the turtle is a lot cheaper than a quarry, and they don't strip mine the way or you can control how much they strip mine. Because I'm actually, all of my mining is going under the ocean, which I lose, like, I don't have the kind of copper you would think I would have, for example, because copper seems to be, it's much closer to the surface. They probably want it easy to get to because you need so much of it. So I've probably been getting a lot of materials that are not, most people don't have tons and tons of, because you have to go really digging deep for it. So I have a weird array of resources. I have more of some things than you would think and less of some things than you would think. So I think I can make it work. It's just going to be a little bit of a trick. Not the end of the world, quite doable, just one of those. It'll be interesting to see how I work around a couple things in a few places. Yeah, this should give me a nice chunk of area to work from. And this is purely going to be the workshop area. This is going to be machines, probably some piping, that sort of thing. Now the real question is, how tall do I want this to be? Well, oh, geez. Yeah, that's the trick when you have your jetpack on. You kind of forget exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? It's actually going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, well, I don't... Once it's obscured by trees, I think that'll be okay. 2, 3. So that should work. Oops. So I'm gonna spend... When next we meet, this area will probably be sealed in, and lighting is one area that I'm still kind of tinkering around with how I'm gonna light up here, but for now, it will be built. It will be at least rudimentary, you know, some rudimentary lighting will be put in, and we will hopefully, I will try to, hopefully I'll get lucky and those trees will grow. So, until then, if you happen to have liked the content, please like. If you happen to really like all the content on the channel, please feel free to subscribe or give me a comment and say, you know, I really don't like this, or I really like what you do. It helps out more than you can imagine. But for now, that's it. We've got a chunk loader, which means my mining can keep running. I fixed my turtle off screen. And I'm starting to get my great wood treehouse of doom set up here. So, for now, I'll keep tinkering, and I will see you next time. This is the Gaming Gryphon, signing off.